For about 2 hours. Then there's a big lake. We shouldn't go there at all. We should make a right, and then it's gonna take a few hours, and then we make a stop. We get some rest and some food, and then from there, we head north to Monoko Station.
Why there?
To recruit my oldest friend. We'll need the extra firepower, because our next goal will be to take down the paintress' heart.
Her heart?
Yes. You can't just stroll up to the paintress. The chroma there is far too dense. It erases anyone who gets close. But if we destroy her heart, the barrier will fall.
Okay. So where is this heart? What does it look like?
What it looks like, that I don't know. But I do know that it's somewhere in the center of old Lumiere.
You found old Lumiere?
Yes.
So it's true. Before the fracture, our Lumiere was part of a larger city on the continent.
I've traveled with many expeditions. I was with the 58th when we found old Lumiere. But Rim were erased them before we could get further. And I don't know much more.
Alright then. Let's go meet your friend at Monoko Station. And then we'll take the paintress's heart. How far up the mountain is...
Not too high, but... Oh, right.
No, only in...
And just as fun.
Oh, my husband was obsessed with...
You seem less stressed than the others.
Is that your conclusion? After your...
Yes.
There must be better uses of your time than...
Well, it's...
Says the mysterious stranger.
Then consider this my attempt to be less mysterious.
Oh.
I'll trade you a story.
Well, there are... You first, then.
Something epic, then?
No.
Ooh, going straight for the heavy stuff.
If we're going to
Story for a story, right?
We'll see.
¿Qué hijo? Oh, no fue con Gusta, fue con Beso, ¿verdad? Quien se mejoró la relación. Es decir, que hijos de su madre que nos desarrollaran eso con Gustav.
Why? Because he liked gestrels.
Because we don't get to enjoy such long...
Sí, vamos a platicar con todos.
Why are you allying yourself with us?
Not a lot of options out here.
What about the previous expeditioners?
That's a terrible way to ask questions.
Given the circumstances, I think we can skip the...
Alliances are usually give and take. Trust goes both ways, no?
Alright then. As a gesture of good faith, I'll show you how to use Lumina.
No need. I got it.
Well, aren't you a quick...
But I appreciate the gesture.
Mm-hmm. Trust works both...
All right. I'll answer 3 questions.
Only 3?
Someone's a bit greedy.
3 questions with...
You're really pushed...
I think it's reasonable.
All right.
Pero igualmente lo que respondas, la relación mejora, ¿no? Mientras pases tiempo con ellos. Cuando se termine el interrogatorio. ¡Ay, Dios!
How come Monoko lives so far from the...
Monoko's a searcher. They travel the land. Look.
The lost gesture.
Yeah. That and he.
How come
Minoko's.
the lost?
Yeah.
That was...
Yeah.
You were thinking of Julie.
And not just her, but
What her?
yeah.
Vamos a ver qué nos dice.
She reminds me of someone.
¿Qué secuestros tendrás?
Oh. Well. Well, you also thought you knew CL.
Oh, but I do. Wait, don't I?
Sometimes I feel like you know everyone.
Oh, well, that's because you're all cousins.
Right, so, maybe it...
Yes. Just like Verso is Verso's cousin. Mael is Mael's cousin.
The fuck?
Yes, that's it. You're so very...
You know, that almost makes sense to me.
It's okay if you don't understand, Verso.
You're just a big ball of nonsense sometimes.
That's why we're bet.
De fuera con Esqui. Con nuestro Monami. Monami. Vamos a escribir en el diario de Gustavo. Vamos a hablar con los otros.
What are you working on? Contingency plans. If we fail, Expedition 32 will need every bit of information we have.
Right, but how are you going to get it to them?
I asked the Gestrals for help.
Smart.
What are the stars whispering to you?
Actually, I'm the one whispering to them.
Oh?
It's something my dad and I used to do. When I was scared, or anxious, or even when I was happy, he'd say, share it with the stars. When it's hard to talk about things, the stars will understand.
I like that.
I talked to the stars a lot after he was gone.
I remember the night we first met at the Crooked Tower.
Right. After the Commage.
Se conocieron.
I was surprised to find you there. I thought I was the only one who knew about that room.
I had to get away from the harbour. And those damn petals everywhere. So I climbed up.
Esas
It
manillas.
wasn't logical. But part of me really believed my parents and their expedition had succeeded. that they'd stopped her. Then the paint just woke. And I knew they weren't coming home.
You know, it meant a lot to me. The comfort we shared that day. But you avoided me after. Why?
It wasn't personal. I cut a lot of people out of my life.
Okay, not personal.
La cara de muérete.
That day, I knew my parents had failed. They were counting on me to finish their work. I couldn't afford distractions.
Friends are not distractions.
I know that now.
Wow. We're in the middle of nowhere with 1 year left to live. What better time to build friendships?
Uy, reforzar amistad.
I could use some wine though.
Así se empieza.
Making friends is thirsty work.
Fantasma él. Mon ami. Expedition 33. Mon ami. Pregunto quién serás tú que nos ayudas y que me sigues la mirada. ¿Verdad, amigo? Pues bueno, amigos, lo iremos dejando aquí. Muchísimas gracias por ver esta parte, esta escenita, tan bellos momentos que tenemos. Expedición 33. Un saludote, un abrazo y nos vemos a la próxima. Un saludo a todos y adiós.
Hey,
Hey, it's fine.
I just...
I miss him too.
It's hard.
The pain we feel every time we lose someone. I've tried many ways of dealing with it. Running from it, sitting with it, compartmentalizing it. But what I needed was to use it. To use everything.
What do you mean?
I feel everything, and I let it burn inside me. When I'm tired, when I feel hopeless, when I want to just let it all go, I use the pain, I use the fear, the shame, the guilt, the anger. I use it all to keep going, to make sure I continue.
Monet.
I can almost feel them beside me. Everyone we've lost, walking with me, especially when I use chroma. I feel their presence, their closeness, and they help me.
You feel Gustav?
Yeah, I do.
I'd like to feel him with me too.
You have an affinity for chroma too. Try it.
How do you always know what to do?
I don't. Want to know a secret? I have no idea what I'm doing. And I don't think anyone else does either.
Really?
Don't tell anyone else I said that.
Qué bonito, qué bonito.
Thanks. It really was a beautiful place.
Glad you liked it. I've buried friends there too. You were right about condolences. We offered them because we don't know what else to say, but there's no comfort there.
No.
All we can do is carry them with us.
I guess. Sorry. It's just wet.
Drowning in our own sadness. Hey, why did you join the expedition? I mean, with the Commage, I understand the rest of the team's decision, but you're half their age.
Out here seemed better than in there at the time.
It's natural. Wanting to escape a life you don't want.
Escape. Yeah. That's what I wanted. But Gustav and the others, they really want to change things.
But changing your life also counts. Can't always shoulder the world's problems, you know? It'll drain you fast.
Gustav would probably say, if more of us cared, then it would lighten the load for everyone.
He sounds like a good guy.
Wait. I kept Gustav's, so you can have mine. You'll need one if you want to be an official member of our merry crew.
I gotta say, I didn't take you for an official kind of person.
Welcome to the disaster expedition.
Thank you.
Bien, mejoramos con todos. Seguramente esto va a ser un punto de confianza en alguna decisión que se va a tomar. Ay, no me gusta esto. Bien.
How far to Minoko Station?
With SGA? No, should be quick.
Allá.
Well, that will help.
Station is to the north, not far from here.